friends, welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we will discuss about assignment solution of week 7 of NPTEL subject Microwave Integrated Circuit, and the name of the topic is Microwave Amplifier Gain Circle and Noise Margin of week 7. So let's start. The condition for unconditional stability of amplifier is, so if you refer the theory of amplifier stability, then you will find that for unconditional stable amplifier, the K must be greater than 1 and B is also greater than 0. So that is satisfied with the answer D. Okay, so answer is D. If low noise amplifier is to be designed, which approach among the following would be optimum? So for low noise amplifier, always the available power gain approach is used. For high power amplifier, transducer gain approach is used. Okay. So for low noise amplifier, the answer is B, available gain approach. If high power amplifier is used, then which approach is would be optimum? So for high power amplifier, typically higher than the low noise amplifier, we use power gain approach because we are calculating various power gain associated with that. So the answer is C. Okay. If noise figure increases, the radius of the noise circle is what? So noise figure of amplifier is always proportional to the radius. So if the radius is increases, then noise figure is also increases. So noise circle goes on increasing. So answer is A. As the required gain from the source matching network increase, the radius of the gain circle increase or decrease. So if the source matching network, the gain is increased, then that is inversely proportional to the radius of the gain circle. If you refer the gain circle theory of the amplifier, then it is inversely proportional to the required gain for the source matching network. So if the required gain increases, the radius is decreasing. So answer is B. The two networks are given with noise figure of merit FA is equal to 2 and FP is equal to 3 with gain equal to 4 and gain equal to 5. Both are connected in cascade, both network A and B. So what is the overall noise figure? So overall noise figure of two network is given by this equation. Overall noise figure is equal to F1 plus F2 minus 1 divided by G1, where F1 is equal to noise figure of network 1, G1 is equal to noise gain of the network 1, and F2 is equal to noise figure of the 2. So here F1 is equivalent to FA. So F1 is equal to 2, F2 is equal to FB, that is equal to 3, and gain G1 is equal to network of gain 1. So it is equal to GA. So if you put the value of FA, FB and GA in terms of F1, F2 and G1, you will find the value noise figure that is equal to 2.5 dB. Okay, so answer is C. The radius of the gain circle is, so it is straightforward from the theory part. No need to explain. The radius of the gain circle that is given by equation C. Okay, so Ri is equal to square root of 1 minus Gi, 1 minus mod Sii square divided by 1 minus mod Sii square 1 minus Gi. So answer is C. Similarly, center of gain circle, again it is from the theoretical part. So answer is Ci. Ci is equal to Gi Sii star divided by 1 minus Sii square mod multiplied by 1 minus Gi. So the answer is C. Okay. For unilateral amplifier, maximum gain would be obtained at, so generally if you want to achieve the maximum gain, then source reflection coefficient must be equal to complex conjugate of S11 as well as load reflection coefficient must be equal to complex conjugate of S22. So it is satisfied by the option A. So sigma S or tau S is equal to S11 star and tau L is equal to S22 star. So the answer is A. For bilateral amplifier, the maximum transducer gain. What is the equation of maximum transducer gain? So it is given by equation option A. Maximum transducer gain GTU max is equal to mod S21 divided by S12 multiplied by K minus square root of K square minus 1. So the answer is A. For noiseless driving point impedance R, the equivalent noise temperature TE will be. So always for noiseless system which have impedance of R, the equivalent noise temperature that is equal to TE and that is always equal to 0. Okay, so this is the part of the theoretical background. So the answer is B. Choose the correct option. Thermal noise is caused by thermal vibration of sound charges. So that is again true because thermal noise is generated generally in the resistor, and it is proportional to thermal vibration of the bound charges. Flicker noise varies in direct proportion with the frequency. So flicker noise doesn't have any relation with the frequency. Short noise occur in vacuum tube. Generally short noise occur in the transistor, so it does not have any relation with the vacuum tube. So only the A is correct. Okay, thermal noise is caused by thermal vibration of bound charges. So answer is A. The bandwidth of device is 2 gigahertz. The value of noise power delivered at the load at room temperature is what? So the equation of noise power, that is equal to K multiplied by T multiplied by B. So where what is K? K is the Boltzmann constant. Its value is given 1.38 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 23 joule per Kelvin. T is the temperature in Kelvin. So what is the room temperature? It is equal to 290 degree or 290 Kelvin or 293 Kelvin, and B is the bandwidth. So if you put all this value and multiply, you will get noise power that is equal to 8.28 picowatt, that is 10 to minus 12 watt. Okay, 8.28 picowatt, that is equal to 8.28 multiplied by 10 to minus 12. So pico, that is equal to 10 to minus 12. So the answer is D, 8.28 गुणा 10 to minus 12 watt. Okay, so the answer is D. So available noise power Pn, that is equal to 8.28 गुणा 10 to minus 12 watt. Here the system is given. What is the overall noise figure that we have to find? First stage is the low noise amplifier, which have noise figure and gain is given. Second stage is band pass filter, which have noise is also given, and mixture having noise margin and gain is given. So this is the equation of overall noise figure. Overall noise figure is equal to noise figure of first stage plus noise figure of second stage minus 1 divided by gain of first stage plus noise figure of the third stage minus 1 divided by gain multiplication of first and second stage. So here the FA is given as 2 dB. So you convert 2 dB into real number, that will give a 1.58 plus FF minus 1. Here FF is given as 1 dB. So 1 dB, that is equal to 1.26 minus 1 divided by 10. So 10 is the gain. So 10 dB, that is equal to 10 in real number plus FM minus 1. So FM is the noise figure of mixture. So 4 dB, that is converted into real. So 2.51 is real minus 1 divided by gain of the both state. So 10 multiplied by 1. This 2 dB, that is converted is 0.79 in real number. So if you calculate all this, you will get 2.55 as a answer B. So answer is B. Load resistor R is connected to noisy resistor under maximum power transfer condition. Find the power delivered to the load if bandwidth is 1 megahertz and temperature is 1 Kelvin. So the power delivered to load, that is given by this equation KTB. So K is the Boltzmann constant, T temperature is given 1 Kelvin, and B is given as a bandwidth 1 megahertz. So if you multiply all this, you will get the value 1.38 multiplied by 10 to minus 17 watt. Okay, so answer is B. For any two-port network, what is noise figure if zero noise power is added? So if noise power is 0, then always noise figure is equal to 1, because noise figure is equal to NF is equal to F minus 1. Okay, so noise figure is noise figure is always equal to 1. Okay, for passive device, noise figure that is equal to, for passive device generally noise figure is proportional to the attenuation. So the answer is P. Okay, for two-stage cascade network, noise figure of first and second stage is F1 and F2. Noise measure is also given as M1 and M2. Which of the following is true? So two networks are given in which first and second network have noise figure of F1 and F2, and noise measure is M1 and M2. So when M1 is less than M2, when noise figure of first stage, or we can say the noise measure of first stage is less than noise measure of second stage, then definitely the noise figure between first and second stage, that is F12, that is always equal less than F21, noise figure of second and first stage. So M1 less than M2, then F12 less than F21. So the answer is A. Okay. Transistor has following parameter is given at 5 gigahertz. S11, S12, S21, S22 all are given. Find the value of GS max, that is source gain. Then what is the equation of GS max? So that is equal to 1 upon 1 minus S11 square. So S11 that is equal to 0.61. We have to take only the magnitude. So if you put this on this equation and you convert into 10 log into dB, then you will find the value. Answer is 2 dB. Okay. Again, the transistor has following parameter. Parameters are same. We have to find the value of GL max, that is load gain, of gain available at the load. So what is the equation of GL max is equal to 1 upon 1 minus S22 square. You put the value of S22 only in the magnitude form, that is equal to 0.72. You will get the answer B, 3.2 dB. Again, transistor has following parameter are given. Find the center and radius of the constant gain circle. If the source gain has value 0.8, so this is the equation of source stability circle center and source stability circle radius. You put all this value, you will get answer C. Okay. So center is equal to 0.53 angle 170 and radius is equal to 0.3. Okay. For transistor, as overall transducer gain GT is given 16 dB. S parameters are also given. Effective gain GS with input matching network is given. What is the value of gain for output matching network? So for output matching network, the overall gain that is equal to summation of all the gains. So output matching network effective gain is equal to GT plus GS plus GO. What is GO? GO is the effective gain for mismatch network. Okay, so first to calculate GO, that is equal to mod S21 square. So S21 is given or 2.5. So 2.5 square you will get 0.625 and convert into dB, and then add all the gains, that is 16 dB plus 4 dB and plus GO, you will get answer 4.04 dB. Okay, so the answer is A. So that's all from my side. I have covered almost all type of example related with constant gain circle and noise margin. So I hope you have enjoyed this lecture. In next lecture we will discuss about assignment solution of week 8 of micro integrated circuit, and that's all about the load impedance and source impedance. So I hope this information may be beneficial to you for current NPTEL session as well as upcoming NPTEL session. Thank you very much.